Hey everyone, it's Kabir here. So in last video we saw the introduction to the hooks concept. The hooks has been introduced in the React from 16.8 version. So in last video we saw some hooks which has been provided by the React people. So from today we are going to see each and every hook in the detail and depth. So let us start our journey with the useState hook. So what is the useState hook? It is a function, it is a special function given by the React people in the form of hook. And the purpose of this function is you can maintain a state in functional based component. So useState hook is going to give you feature to maintain a state in your functional based component. As we know that before 16.8 version, it was very difficult to maintain, not difficult, it was impossible to maintain state in your functional component. If you get a requirement to maintain a state in your application, then you have to move towards the class based component. So from 16.8 we got the feature of hooks so that we can maintain now state in our functional based component as well. So how can we maintain? Let's see with the code. So let's come to our VS Code, and I have already created the project known as hook app1, and I have created one component folder inside src, and in that I have created the one file name known as useHook component something like that .js. Okay, that's cool. Now I wanted to create here, so let's change the name of this file and let's rename it, and let's say it state hook component.js. Okay, cool. Now I wanted to create here a functional based component. So how can we create a functional based component? For that we have a shortcut. So what is that? React. So just type R means React, F means functional, and C means component, and enter. Now you get the skeleton of your functional based component, right? Functional component. So I'm going to remove this export default from here, and I'm going to paste it at the end. So just export default, and our component name is known as state hook component. Okay, fine. Now here my I wanted to create one card component from Bootstrap. Already we saw how to install the Bootstrap, how to use the Bootstrap. So I'm going to create here one card. So how to create a card? So first I need a container, right? So let's take a div, and the class name I wanted to give as a container. So I'm going to create one container. Okay, I have created a container. Now in that container I want to take first row. So for that we have the class known as row. Class name equals to row. Now row has been divided into 12 equal parts, and that each part is called column. So row has 12 columns. So I wanted to take something like 6 column space. So how can we take? So we have to give the call like col reference column. I want for the small, and I want 6 parts. Okay, it is going to occupy the 6 parts. Now in this 6 part space I want to create a card. So how can we create a card? Then div class name. So to create a card in Bootstrap we have a predefined class called card. So I'm going to take a card. Okay, fine. Now card has been divided into 3 parts like card header, card body, and card footer. Now I don't need a card footer, I need card header and card body. So let's create that too. So I'm going to say div and class name equals to card header, and let's give some color, like I'm going to give bg dark. That's cool. And some space, empty. I want a space from top, so margin top 3. So okay, I have created it. Okay, now I want to create one body as well. So div class name equals to card body. Okay, now I want to take, like, I want to create one button and one text. Whenever I'm going to click on that button, so that should represent in the card header, means how many times I have clicked the button. So for that purpose, I need to maintain the state. So it's a class-based component. If you want to maintain the state, then you have to go with the hook. So let's take the hook from the React library. So how can we take? So we have to say just use state. So you got. Now we have to import the useState. Now how can we use? We know that useState is a function. Okay, useState is a function. Fine. This function is going to return you set of values. So that set of values I want to collect in one array. Okay, now what set of value it is going to return? It is going to return you one state, and it is going to return you one function, the function which is required to update your state. So useState is going to return two things. It is going to return you state, and it is going to return you the function which is going to update that state. Now these two things I want to collect in a array. So how can I do? So I'm going to take one where I'm going to take array. So it is going to return me one state. Okay, now I want to update this state. So how can I update? Set state. Done. Now every state has some default value. So how to give a default value in useHook? Like here we have to pass a default value. It might be string, it might be a number, or it might be an object as well, or it might be an array as well. You can pass anything according to your requirement. So as of now I am passing a default value as a 0. Okay, now I want to represent this state in the header part. So how can I represent? So I'm going to say you clicked state, means this many times. Now states, initially state represents 0. So you clicked 0 times should be the output in your browser. So I have to create a button as well, because whenever I'm going to click on that button, it is going to update your state. So for that we have to create a button. So button, and I'm going to use some classes of Bootstrap to look good, something like btn primary something. Then I wanted to give btn primary. That's it as of for now. And we have to write the name like click me. Okay, now if you want to give an event to the button, for that we have to write an click event. So what is the click event? On click. Okay, on click is going to call our function. Which function? Set state. Now so how can we call it? So I'm going to write a function which is going to call our set state. So how can we call set state? Yeah, okay, we are going to call set state. Now in set state, what we want to increment, we want to increment the state value. So initially state value is 0. So as it is a functional component, we cannot use this keyword. So directly we have to use state. So initially it is 0. Whenever I'm going to click, just increase it with 1. That's it. And just save it. Once you save it, now for this card body also we can give some color, we can do some stylings. So let's do. So I'm going to take card body nothing, text white. We shall be taking here text white, the card header. And for card body I don't want to take anything. Okay, so let it be white color as well. So just save it, and we have to import it in app.js. So how can we import? So already I was imported, but let's remove because we have changed the name. So import, and we are going to say state hook from, give the location of your component. It will be slash component slash state.js. Save it, go to your terminal, and we have to type a command to start our React application, and that command is npm start. So let's see what it is going to visual in our browser. So the application is going to run. So this is the use of state hook. So if someone asks you what is the use of state hook, state hook is, use state hook is used to maintain a state in your functional component. Now, because of hooks, you are able to use many features of class component inside a functional component, and that made your life very easy. That made your development life very easy. So it's still starting, it's taking some time. So guys who are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe, like and share the videos. And one more thing I wanted to say, we have started the live sessions on HTML, CSS, JavaScript and Bootstrap, and we are going to create minimum 10 projects on these 4 technologies. The person who wanted to learn all these technologies can attend that live session, and the timing of that live sessions will be 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. according to Indian Standard Time. And the people who are not able to attend the live sessions, we are going to keep the recording the YouTube. So whenever you get chance, just go through it. It will be very helpful for you guys to understand and to learn it. And don't forget to share that videos to the people who are very beginners in the software industry or into the software technologies. So we got some error like useState is not defined. So let's go and see what is that error we got in app.js. Okay, actually we have to change it, right? I just imported, I didn't write anything. State hook. Okay, save it. Now just come to over here. Yes, now you are able to see something. So we need text should be white. So for that, let's go to our state component, and I think we have to give you some space, right? Yes, just save it. Yes, now you are able to see you clicked 0 times, and that this 0 value is coming because of your state, because you have initialized your state with 0. Just consider I'm going to initialize it with 100. Just save it, and once we go to our browser, now you are able to see it's 100. When I am going to click, it's like 101, 102. It is going to increase. So we are maintaining the state in functional based component as well, but I wanted it to be 0. So let's make it 0. Come to our browser. Now it's 0. When I am going to click, it's 1. Once more click 2. I'm going to click 3, 4, 5, 6, something like this. So this is the concept of useStateHook. useStateHook is nothing but it is a special function which is going to return you two set of values. The first one is your state, second is a function to update that state. Now it is not mandatory that we have to give the value state or set state. Instead of that, I can give value, and here I want to give set value. And what I need to change, I need to go into our JSX code, and I will be changing here it like value, as well as we have to change our set value. So I mean to say it's not mandatory that we have to give the name state. We can give any value that you want. And here let me change it to the value and just save it. Just come to our browser. Now you are able to see once more you click it 0 times. Now whenever I am going to click, it is incrementing, right? So this is all about your useStateHook concept in the React. So that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching my video.